all around the globe. This is the voice of heaven, Son of David. I'm here to pass a very profound message to the world. This has to do with my vision concerning Apostle Arome in conjunction with TB Joshua. We all know how he spoke against Prophet TB Joshua, how he attacked him, never endorsed him, reviled him, and battered his image and made the world believe that he is a sorcerer or a soothsayer who is into philanthropy and altruism, generosity to be precise. And for some time now, the man has gone or has been in the other side with God. And even after his death, he was hated, detested, criticized by these people. If we begin to name or begin to call names of men of God who spoke against him, we won't live here. It's a pathetic thing that the church crucified their own. Crucified the light that was among them. It's a pathetic thing that they didn't have this kind of understanding that the soldiers of David had when David followed them into the battle, and one of the soldiers of the Philistine was prevailing already against him, and one of his men came and delivered him from the hand of this giant by slaying the giants. So in one voice, collaboratively they said to him, with a mutual spirit, don't go to battle with us anymore. When we do the fighting, we do the battle, just go back to the palace and rest, lest we quench the light of Israel. They knew that David was the light of Israel. There were many lights there, but that light was the headlight. And if that light should quench, it will affect every other light. They understood that, so they protected him with all jealousy. But in our time, they fought the light of Israel. Now this light is no longer among them. Rather, they are now fighting themselves. And it's a very sarcastic and ridiculous thing to watch the same people who spoke against a particular man of God speaking against themselves, fighting themselves, now that the man of God is not in their midst anymore. This is the same mystery that happened in the house of Gideon after his death. One of his sons conspired with his mother's people to kill the son of Gideon, the sons of Gideon, so he can become the king. And one of them escaped, the last son of Gideon, and went and laid a curse and went away. At the point his prophecies, his declaration, his decrees began to manifest. So Ahimelech started fighting his own, and his own started fighting him, until he destroyed them according to the words of this young man. And at the point he went to battle and died by the hand of a woman who casted a stone upon him. What am I saying? They have all sinned against God by speaking against God's own. But today, there is no respect among them. Even those who we see as the respected, the honorables, today they are being reproached by subordinate pastors. And they come out to defend themselves with sarcastic words. Now the church has become a mockery. Now the church has become a tool of ridicule. Now honor and praise and glory has departed from the church, because they didn't know that they took the light of Israel away by conspiring against him. Now, to be precise and to be direct in conveying my message, I see those who spoke against the light of Israel. taking back their words. I see those who criticize the light of Israel correcting all they said against him. I was in a vision and I saw Apostle Arome in the class in the school of the Spirit. And I saw the man TB Joshua in the school of the Spirit. And in this school of the Spirit, I saw Arome criticizing and speaking against him. Then the next thing I saw myself rebuking him. And when I rebuked him, he was startled and he was looking at me. He wanted to fight, but he couldn't fight because of the spirit I came with. And I was ready to fight him if he was to fight me. But when he saw that I was very ready to fight him, and in that revelation, it would have been a very dangerous markdown for him. He comported himself. He controlled himself. He didn't fight again. And I began to rebuke him and say to him, why are you insulting your elder? Why are you disrespecting your elder? Do you not know it is wrong for you to disrespect your elder? After this vision, another vision came. In that vision, I saw myself again rebuking him. He was with a cup of wine, a glass of wine, which he was drinking. But as soon as he heard my rebuke, he took that same glass of wine which he was drinking and started using it to wash dishes. He didn't drink from it again, but rather he was washing dishes. And when I came out of this vision, I understood by the Spirit that what God was actually telling me is that he's going to come to a point where he will realize that the man he once condemned was innocent of all the accusations which he accused him with. And he's going to take his words back. He's going to correct all these things. He's going to set things in order. This is how it is programmed in the Spirit. Child of God, you must understand that vision can be averted, but you will still see the particles and the reflections of that vision. So what am I trying to say? If he's humble enough, like a child in the kingdom, like the meek, like the simple, like one of the saints with the nature of the celestial, of the heavens, he will come out and make it known to the world that all he said about TB Joshua was wrong. But if he's not humble, he's going to swallow it in his pride. But you will see signs of acknowledgement concerning these things I have said. These are the visions the Lord gave to me. But before I leave you, I must make you to understand that before you condemn a man, be sure that God has condemned that man. Do not condemn a man that God has not condemned. Do not fight a man that God has not fought. Do not speak against a man who God has not spoken against. Do not be moved by envy, jealousy, pride, and arrogance of this world, by the things you hear, to judge a man. That is why the Bible said in Isaiah that he's going to raise a branch out of Jesse, a man that will be filled with the Spirit of God, the Spirit of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, to judge. The Bible says he shall not judge after the wisdom of men, on the understanding of men, or by what he heard or what he saw, but he shall judge by the Spirit of the Holy God. So what am I saying? These are the kind of people God is expecting. These are the kind of people God is raising. Men who will judge by the wisdom of God, not judging by what they heard and what they saw. These are some of the factors that contributed to the failure of the present generals who spoke against God's own. So share this video and let it get to him. And I believe once this video gets to him and he hears my voice, the Spirit of the Holy God will minister to him, will convict him, and he we receive these things and set it in order, while it is still early for him, because the hour draweth near, and the hour is very close, when God shall cut away from Israel the tail and the head. The tail are the liars, the prophets, the deceitful teachers, while the head is the ancient and honorable. The period, the time and the season for the government of Jesus to take over the world, where truth shall resurrect again, where the innocents shall be advocated, where the saints who are crying from their grave, crying for vengeance, will be what? Vindicated, will be avenged, is here. And we must know when we see signs, for we are the children of the kingdom. When we see the signs of the kingdom, we should know. Even as the Pharisees understood the weather, but they didn't understand the spiritual weather, the spiritual climax. So if you don't understand the season we are, it is because you don't have the spirit of the Holy God in you. It is because you are of this world. And that is why you can only comprehend or assimilate the things of this world and not understand the happiness, the designs, and the program, the orchestrations, and the devices of the spirits. I've come to you with an astrological sermon. This is the voice of heaven, Son of David. Wisdom is crying in the streets of YouTube. I see you again.